Megan Esser, registered holistic nutritionist with ITL Health. A lot of people try to get their nutrients from food, which is a great practice, so we are often asked what food is the highest in magnesium. If you're anything like me and you love your chocolate, the answer is good news because it's dark chocolate. Dark chocolate has 65 milligrams per ounce, which is incredibly high. Now, a couple things we need to note is one, it's in dark chocolate, it's in the cocoa bean. And this is unprocessed or limited processed chocolate. So if we're taking a, let's say, Cadbury milk chocolate bar, although it has some cocoa in it, with all the processing and the fact that it's probably only 20-30% cocoa, we're not actually getting nearly as much magnesium as you would read with dark chocolate. If you really want to get your magnesium through some dark chocolate, you want to go with a high percentage and one that's not super processed. Now, although we would love to eat chocolate all day, it's not great practice for that to be your main magnesium source. So some other great magnesium sources, avocados, they're quite high in magnesium. Bananas have sufficient amounts. We've talked about dried figs in the past. Nuts, seeds, whole grains, and leafy greens are all excellent sources of magnesium. However, the problem is that we don't always consume these foods properly in order to get all the magnesium from them. And also, magnesium is quite deficient these days because it's not in our soil as much. So it's actually hard to get proper magnesium from food. When we process food, when we boil vegetables, then some of the magnesium can be lost. So if we're ever boiling vegetables, it's great practice to save that water, use it in your stocks, use it in different ways so that you can recover that magnesium. In whole grains, there's something called phytic acid, and that actually robs our body of magnesium. So it's great practice to soak our whole grains before consuming them for several hours, hopefully 12 if you can be prepared and not forget to do it in the morning like I often do. And make sure that you're helping break down the phytic acid. Similar goes for nuts and seeds. It's better to soak them. It's better to cook them to break down some of these some of these anti-nutrients to help our bodies absorb the nutrients we need from these foods. Leafy greens are a great source of nutrition, but they're very high in oxalates. A lot of people hear about how important it is to consume food raw. So they eat a lot of raw salads with kale and spinach. Now, I'm not against salad or raw food, but with certain foods, we shouldn't consume too many of them raw. When we don't cook our greens, we don't break down the oxalates, and the oxalates can actually attach to magnesium in our body and pull it out of our body so that we're not absorbing any of it. So again, this is not to say don't try to eat healthy. This is just to say that in the absence of proper food preparation, because of how busy our lives are, in the standard industry of processing a lot of food, convenience food, we just don't get magnesium in our food like we used to, which is why a lot of us are deficient. And since magnesium is important for 80% of what the body does, we need to make sure that our levels are high so that we don't get sick and that we don't start having things in our body break down. So obviously, as a holistic nutritionist, I highly encourage you to eat a balanced, healthy diet. And when I say balanced, all of the colors, eat everything and eat it raw, cooked, soaked in all different forms, because when we isolate our diets, then we have a greater chance of deficiency. Now, of course, I would recommend that you also supplement with magnesium, as it can really benefit you and you are likely deficient. We have Mag 365 Ionic Magnesium Citrate Powder. You add this to some hot water, it immediately absorbs, and you can feel the effects very quickly. It's great for muscle cramps, for athletic performance, for constipation, for stress, sleep. And if you especially struggle with stress, sleep, we highly recommend Prismag Magnesium Bisglycinate capsules. This is magnesium attached to glycine. Glycine is very good at promoting restful sleep, as is magnesium. So together, these work amazing for a great night's sleep. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can get a lot more updates and learn a lot more about magnesium. And if you have any questions, please use the contact form on our website so that we can answer them for you. Any of these can be purchased at your local health food store or online through the links below. Thanks for listening.